myself Daksh Valanger, a student of IBCP studying in 11th grade. And with here I have Amit Gupta.
I head the compliance for ASK Asset and Wealth Management. We are one of the largest portfolio managers as well as on the wealth management side. We focus largely on kind of reaching out to HNI investors, including family offices and institutional clients. We started with as a small-time PMS. We were one of the early PMS service providers.
Okay.
And then eventually we are now into full-fledged asset management company. Entire company put together, we would be close to about 75,000 odd crores of AUM. That is what we manage. We are close to 550 odd employees in the company, and we are kind of there pan India. We are close to about 26, if I'm not mistaken, branches.
That's quite of an achievement.
Yeah.
And so basically your main financial service is wealth management.
Right.
And now you have applied in mutual funds also.
That's
so
right.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
And I would like to ask how big is your team and what are their main functions?
Yeah, so as far as my role is concerned, I am the compliance head for all the verticals put together. I'm a group compliance head. I have a team of 14 people, 14 compliance officers who sit in respective business, domain verticals. So we have three major verticals as far as the business is concerned, and of course there are 2 or 3 more which are small pieces of the major verticals.
So has there been any conflict that you have solved in your team? Or?
Many conflicts. So I cannot put that on record what kind of conflicts I have handled. But then there is always, because as a compliance you need to handle conflict with the investment team. You need to handle conflict with the sales team, right? You need to handle conflict between inter-companies, So that's my job. In terms of conflict, what we ensure that we ensure that first of all there is no conflict. And in case there is a conflict, we ensure there is a proper disclosure to the client.
And personally speaking, how do you usually plan and organize your daily schedule?
So it's pretty simple for me, frankly. If I have to put it, my team is into day-to-day kind of activity. So I basically ensure they have a right side of compliance calendar in place, right? So that is the starting point. So in terms of because since I'm a compliance head, I'll put forward only the compliance piece, right? So they have a compliance calendar in place, wherein it requires daily reporting, monthly reporting, quarterly reporting, 6 monthly, 1 year, and so on and so forth. So respective business compliance officer are responsible to ensure that the calendar, all the timelines are being met. We can't afford a situation wherein the timelines, basically gets burst, because there's a regulatory penalty in our case. Thankfully for ASK, we have been good till date in terms of managing those timelines.
That's pretty nice. So what tool or method do you use to stay organized?
What? Sorry, I just missed it.
What tools or methods do you use to stay organized?
Okay, so in terms of the compliance tool, we use in-house customized tool for employee trading policy. That is very critical, right?
Yes.
I hope you understand that. So again, when it comes to the fiduciary capacity, wherein you are making investments on behalf of the client,
Yes.
you as employee. So let's assume, give you a practical example. Now, my company is making investment into Reliance Industries, hypothetical, right? And these are all client funds, this is not my money.
Okay.
Now, since I know there's a lot of money which is getting into Reliance Industries from my side,
Yes.
I have that information. I can play around with that information and do my own trading as well, right? Front running, it is called front running, and I have a UPSI, unpublished price sensitive information is what I have. So if I do that, I also benefit, because I know today, I'm investing 1,000 crores in Reliance Industries. I can as well, invest my 2 lakh rupees into that, because the price to upar jane wala mujhe pata hai, I know that, right? Because so in order to kind of control that, we have those tools in place. That is one example, employee trading policy which we have.
That must be efficient.
Yeah.
And when it comes to problem solving, what kind of challenges or unexpected problem do you face in your daily operations?
I think that's, it largely comes from SEBI circular, right? So regulators today, if I have to put a number to it, last couple of years there have been close to about 300 odd circulars which SEBI has come up, right? So it's very difficult to keep up the pace with those circulars. And the expectation of SEBI is when that circle nikala in next 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, it should be up and running in your system.
Okay. Coming next to communication, how do you communicate with your team and clients? Is it mostly in person or?
So that's a different team, which I don't do that. But yeah, in terms of communication, again, from if I have to speak from regulatory standpoint, so SEBI has mandated that you as a portfolio manager, come AIF manager, you need to update your clients on a regular basis. So that could be monthly, quarterly, 6 monthly, annually.
So, how do you make sure everyone in this team stays informed and assigned?
So as I said, in terms of we have a compliance calendar in place, everyone is professional at the end of the day, right? So the good part is all are qualified, all are company secretary, LLB, chartered accountants, and so people, this is mine or this is yours, this is mine. So so yeah, so I think that is one part on the professionally they are all qualified and they understand, they own the end of work.
So, in terms of motivation, how do you motivate your team, especially during stressful times?
Well, motivating them by telling them this is a challenge for them to grow as a professional rather than seeing it something which is so challenge brings kind of a I would say a larger perspective to what you are rather than doing a day-to-day job. So in fact the good part is my team has been seeing those challenges by way of all those SEBI changes and all that. And they are pretty good. So they take it positively. They take it, challenges like an opportunity for them to kind of tickle their brains to grow more professional. And at the end of the day, they get rewarded also, right? So ultimately, everyone is there to kind of build a wealth for themselves and for their family, right? So
Next, coming to handling mistakes and conflicts. How do you handle mistakes, both your own and your teams?
handle the mistakes. Frankly, there's no scope for mistake in a way in terms of regulatory mistakes. But then if it happens, it happens. Now, there is no way we can kind of, So what I do is, okay, the mantra is, as human, you will make mistake. When you are doing work, right? I cannot say mistake nahi hoga. But same mistakes cannot be repeated. So that will not be tolerated.
That is the thing I will remember.
Yeah.
What do you think is advice for the youth you would like to give?
Oh my god, I still. Today's youth are really smart. I really don't have to really advise you, but then I think today's youth, I think they lack patience. They want everything like, quick fix, quick time, right? ये तुरंत हो जाना चाहिए. They don't have patience, right? And I'm pretty sure they have a lot of discipline for sure. And discipline and patience takes you long, right?
Okay.
So I think patience is something which is missing. You need to stick to a particular set of activity or a particular set of vertical which you are choosing in your stream, whatever it would be.
Yes.
And deep dive into it rather than just using maybe आजकल AI tools that I use करते हैं, chatbox and all that.
Yes.
I think of course these are good tools to have. We did not have, so we feel that we should have at that point in time. The idea is to basically be patient, read a lot. I think I'm not sure how much you read. It's very important for you. But I think you read a lot, right? I understand, right? So it's a good habit. So you should inculcate a habit of reading more.
Yes. It was a intense interview for me. I will ensure this advices will be coming. I will ensure this advices will be communicated to the youth, and I will also ensure I use it in my daily life. And thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
I'm a student of IBCP grade 11th, and with here I have Mr. Janil. And can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Janil Doshi and I work with ASK Investment Managers. So I head the customer experience and the operations team, both central team as well as the branch service team. So that's my little bit of introduction in terms of what I do at ASK Investment Managers. And over to you, Daksh.
So, what is basically your business and what is your business reach?
Okay, great. So that's basically, I work for ASK Investment Managers, and we are an asset management company, a wealth management company. My role in this company is basically to drive as well as set the customer experience and customer service standards
Okay.
in terms of driving both strategy and execution, which is the operational side of the business.
Okay.
So I'm blessed to have a team of around 50 plus people across the branch network as well as central team. And this team is constantly engaged and dedicated to ensure that we provide best experience to all our customers and all their interactions right from the start of the journey, which is the moment they get onboarded to the entire servicing life cycle, and even at the point of their exit, which is when they redeem. We ensure that we are giving them best in class services, and we try to see that through these services we can deepen their wallet share, or we can leave a good experience for them to come back whenever they have appropriate product to choose from us.
So, as you said, you have a 50 people team,
Yes.
which brings me to communication and
Sure.
how do you plan communicating to them in daily basis?
Yeah, that's a great question. So basically, as far as the communication is concerned, again, it's very strategic and very tactical in a sense. Depending on who the audience is, there are different ways in which we communicate. Typically, it's email, phone calls, or meetings via Zoom or Teams. That's how we plan. And of course, there are sporadic branch visits where we go and interact with our team face to face.
Okay.
So predominantly, you can say so that email is a channel through which we communicate, and we send mass communication to our teams. And if there is any kind of apart from that, we also conduct regular we do FaceTime, which is via Teams, as I just referred to you. And in some cases, whenever we get an opportunity, like I sit in central team, I sit with my central team. So here the interaction is more on a one-on-one basis. So that's how we do communication with our teams, and we keep ourselves updated, and we pass on the required information to them.
Okay. So, personally speaking, how do you plan your daily day or work?
In a way, it's calendarized and it's very cyclic. So, having spent now 3 years with the organization, 3+ years with this organization, and of course, I carry 18 years of experience with my previous organization, which was Citibank. So there again, my core specialty was customer service, and I used to manage large customer service team over there. So I think so. Once you spend a little time with the organization, you understand the routine, and then you go about calendarizing your actions, your deliverables, and then you use the tools which are around in terms of planning. So from my side, I try to break down my month into weeks and weeks into day, and then I plan out my action, my work which I need to deliver for the month, or the actionables which has to be taken during the month. So that's how I kind of manage my work.
And how do you take tasks and manage tasks in terms of your team and everything?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So basically, we follow a scorecard kind of a methodology where each of the team has metrics defined against the work they do. So say for example, a customer service team gets measured against the number of cases which we have received and how many cases have been closed within the defined turnaround time. So there is something called as adherence percentage, which means of the 100 queries, if I have closed 8 queries within the defined turnaround time, I am at 80% adherence turnaround time. So in a similar fashion, each of the processes that we run, we try to create a metrics around it, and then we try to measure that metrics. So through that metrics, we come to know how we are performing, and then we study the metrics. We study the data which comes out of that metrics as to what are the enablers and what are the things which are not working fine, and we try to work on that and see how we can make it better in terms of improving our efficiency and our delivery.
So in terms of in perspective of your company, the main service your company is providing is asset management and wealth management. So how crucial do you think your role is in the category of this kind of service?
I think so. Very important role. Any financial services company can differentiate themselves only through services. In today's day and age, where any product can be immediately replicated, it's very easy to replicate any of the product, but what can really differentiate is how you are managing your customers. So it's an experience element, how you create that experience element for the customers, keeping the customers at the center point of everything is the crux. And me and my team constantly, and my management team, we always constantly keep ourselves in customer shoes and try to see how we can add value to them through our services and provide a wow experience to them.
Okay. And coming to my next question, how do you solve daily problems and unexpected challenges?
Yeah, again a very good question. Two things over there. One, whenever we have a challenge, we look at it as an opportunity in terms of what that challenge is all about and what is that we can do to address that challenge. So every time you start thinking about addressing the challenge, you actually start thinking about solution.
Yes.
So that itself, I think, so is a positive step. And when you start thinking about solutioning, you are actually ideating. You are thinking of bringing solution to the table, and that's where you end up fixing a lot of problems. Now, this can be a business problem, this can be a people problem, this can be a system problem, this can be a technology problem. So depending on the problem that we have at hand, we try to solve for it, and that's how we solve for the larger challenge. That's the approach that we take. Very simple.
Yes.
And bring tangible outcome is what we focus on.
So challenges next bring me to motivation. How do you motivate your team?
Oh, that's a very, very important and a very good question. I think so. That's a key for any of the organization to have a very healthy and bright environment. I think so. For us, it's all about culture, and the culture starts from our leaders. Typically we try to create a work environment where everyone is comfortable, everyone enjoys coming to work.
Yes.
And in a way whatever they do, they consider that like their own entrepreneurship, in a sense. For whatever role that you're doing, we give them that free hand, we give them that support which is required in terms of training, explaining, handholding, for people to learn, enhance their knowledge and see progression for themselves in their career. And apart from that, yes, a lot of other stuff that we keep doing to motivate people, that is understanding the right currency as to what motivates the people.
Yes.
For someone, it's getting that right leaves when they want, so we try to see if we can provide that leave so that it can give work-life balance. For someone, it is about getting the challenging assignment, so we give them that challenging assignment for the person to learn new things and do something beyond their work cycle. For someone, it's all about getting a pat on the back. So whenever someone does a good job, we ensure that we acknowledge and we give that pat, or we call out that good work. So there are various ways, there are different currencies through which we kind of keep our workforce motivated. And most importantly, as I spoke to you about, is all about the culture. So I very strongly believe the culture that our leaders have set for us is what drives and motivates people to come to work, and of course the purpose of the work.
Okay. And how do you handle mistakes or conflicts? As you said, you have a big team.
Yes. So I think so mistakes are a very integral part of any organization.
Yes.
Ultimately, however advanced we can get, but even that advanced technology is designed by a human, right? So there's always that element of error which can happen. So we keep it very simple. We measure mistakes on two parameters, whether it's a skill issue or whether it's a will issue.
Okay.
As long as it's a skill issue, and it's not a very expensive mistake that we can afford and we can learn, we are fine. We back our people, we learn from our mistakes and try to see that we avoid that.
Okay.
And wherever possible, depending on what kind of learnings we have, we put in place the relevant outcomes, which is, say, whenever required. If there is a technology upgrade required, a digitization required, we do that. If there is a training required, we train the people.
Okay.
If there are any controls required to be put, we put the controls. So depending on what kind of error someone makes, we learn from it and we fix it. And as I said to you, we try to ensure that we do not avoid. That's the mantra that we follow.
Okay. And any advices you would like to give to the youth who wants to come into your industry and the kind of work you do?
Yeah, I think so. It's a very exciting space to be. India is at the cusp of creating wealth.
Yes.
I'm sure a youngster like you would be hooked to the wealth management aspect in terms of learning more about mutual funds or maybe doing a bit of trade. So that itself speaks about the change and the kind of opportunity which lies ahead. And when you compare it with the Western world, I think so there is a huge scope. We have just started that journey. So there is a lot that this industry has to offer in terms of learning opportunities and career opportunities. So depending on which side you want to be and what you want to do, I think so this is an ocean where anyone can come and make a career out here.
So that will be it. It was a really nice interview. I will be ensuring this
Thank
is
you.
reached to the youth. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.